Hello biology students, today we're going to be talking about changes in the ecosystem, specifically ecological succession. Let's get going. So what is ecological succession? Well, succession is the changes in an ecosystem after a disturbance, such as a volcano or a fire. So what happens after that big destruction? And how does the forest potentially come back if those things burn down the forest? Well, there's a specific process that happens, and it's called, well, succession. Let's learn about different words related to it, and let's make sure we highlight those important bolded or colored vocab words. The beginning of succession is called a pioneer species. Let's make sure we write down in our notes the definition. It's the first living things to grow after a disturbance. Let's also make sure to help us remember we write down some examples. Bacteria, moss, lichen, small grasses. All of these things are at the beginning of the process, right after that forest fire or volcanic explosion. Pioneers, remember, are the first to arrive on a new place, just like pioneer people. The end of succession, then, is at the very last part. We'll call it a climax community, like the end or exciting part of a movie or a book is called the climax. This is the group of species that are mature or older in the ecosystem, and it's only going to happen after many years. Usually we think of these as big trees in a forest. For animals, it's going to be big animals like bears and deer. So, well, how does this all happen, and are there different types of succession? You're right, there are. There's two major categories of succession, and to compare them, you have a table in your guided notes. Some of the table is filled in, and some of it you need to fill in yourself. So the first type of succession is primary succession. Just like before, there's the beginning, pioneers, and at the end, climax. That'll always be the same. But for primary succession, it's a place where there was no soil before. All right, and so what kind of disaster would cause no soil to be there in that place? Well, in a brand new lake, maybe there's only rocks there. Or right after a volcano, there's only the cool lava. Or maybe there was a landslide and it's just rocks. Those are places that go under primary succession. Well, because this area has never had anything alive, it's just rocks, it's really hard for something to survive there. So this process happens really slowly to get new pioneer species there. This is compared to secondary succession, which is faster because it starts on soil, not on rock. Some types of activities will be cutting down timber for farming or construction, those are human ones, or natural disasters like forest fires, volcanoes, or tornadoes. These things are going to cause just the plants and animals to disappear, but the soil is already there. So as new moss or little plants show up, it's easier for them to grow because they have soil to grow on. All right, in your notes at the very bottom, you'll find that you need to be listening to the instructions and trying to now apply these different terms and label the picture in order time-wise, and even label which thing is the pioneer species and which part is the climax community. Great job, guys. See you next time.